The teacher. Living in a small town working as a teacher's aide was April. She was starting her life over after a 25-year marriage to an abusive husband. Now in her early 50s, with her children grown and long out of the house, this new beginning was as frightening as it was freeing. With her settlement money, she bought a 3-acre farm just outside of town. It felt good to be surrounded by animals again. 2 horses, a pig, 3 chickens, and 5 loyal farm dogs. Despite working full-time as a teacher's aide, she also picked up a part-time shift at Amazon just to keep the lights on. April had never learned how to budget, and her spending habits weren't the best. Between the bills, the feed, and the constant upkeep, the money always vanished faster than she expected. The animals were more than just companions. They were her comfort, her sense of security. Being a woman living out alone in the country, she liked the idea of having something, anything to make her feel less vulnerable. She never thought she could find Mr. Right, someone to help around the farm with the day-to-day chores and even the bills, or even just someone to keep company with. There was too many projects, not enough time, not enough help, but she still pressed on. Most nights were the same, the usual frozen meals and Lifetime movies, eating in total silence. And then on one warm Friday evening, April ran into an older gentleman at the hardware store. His name was John Eubanks, an older gentleman who worked at the nearby slaughterhouse in town. He was quiet but friendly. They exchanged a few words and then a few more. Before long, she was cooking dinner for him and eventually inviting him over to the farm. For a moment, it seemed like she had found what she was looking for, someone to talk to, someone to share time with. But John was a little strange. He would disappear for days without a peep, and then return unexpectedly. One day, April found blood stains on the seats of his old Ford Ranger. He ended up brushing it off, saying it was from work, and April chose to believe him. Well, at least that's what she told herself. But something just seemed off. Looking into his eyes, something really seemed to disturb her, gleaming like a lion watching the prey. Shaken by this, she really wasn't know what to do. It's been a little bit since she's lived with a roughneck. Maybe this was just the norm for now. And then things started small. First, one of the chickens went missing, and then 2 of her dogs. When she would mention it to John, he'd shrug it off and say, maybe it's coyotes, but never offered to help search or even really be too concerned about it. One night, while locking up the barn, she found one of the horses injured. A deep, deliberate cut down in its flank. The vet said it could have been barbed wire, but April knew every inch of that pasture and there was no wire. That night she couldn't sleep. John came by the next evening with a bag of fast food and a tired smile. When he leaned in to kiss her, she noticed the faint scent of bleach on his hands. She didn't seem to ask about it, but something shifted inside her, a deep primal sense that danger was near, a real danger. The following week, she waited until John left and searched his truck while he sat in the driveway. What she found made her blood run cold. A knife wrapped in a stained cloth, a lock of hair, a small photo, not of her, but of another woman, one she didn't recognize. April didn't confront him. She didn't wait for an explanation. She quietly packed up her bag, loaded the surviving animals into her trailer, and left the farm that night. And she never looked back. The farmhouse still stands at the edge of town, empty now. The barn doors swing with the wind. The grass grows high where the chickens used to roam. Sometimes locals say they see headlights pull into the driveway late at night, a beat-up Ford Ranger, engine running, but no one ever gets out. The Smoking Man. In a